One flip, two flip, three flip, five. There's a whole lot of peas in here and all them bitches mine. Gotta have it, fell in love with walking, sip it like it's wine. I'm a real trap star, I feel like Gucci in a
好，请现在正在进场的雄青跟球迷朋友，目前场灯已经关闭了，请大家回到位置的时候呢，要注意脚边的安全，谢谢。
Put on gloves before I touch it, well connected like I'm cable. One flip, two flip, three flip, five. There's a whole lot of peas in here and all them bitches mine. Gotta have it, fell in love with walking, sip it like it's wine. I'm a real trap star, I feel like Gucci in 09. One flip, two flip, three flip, five. There's a whole lot of peas in here and all them bitches mine. Gotta have it, fell in love with walking, sip it like it's wine. See the look up in my eyes, I feel like this all the time. Pushing weight like Planet Fitness, get them in and move them quickly. I'm the one.
大家好，我要听你们的声音，高雄的朋友，大家好。Here we go. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. I sit alone and watch your light, my only friend to day by night. In everything I have to know, 双手拿出来好不好 ？All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo, Radio Gaga. All we hear is Radio Gaga, Radio Gaga. Radio was true. Radio, someone still loves you. Loves you. 来点掌声好吗？谢谢。I pay my dues time after time. I've done myself, but you made it no crime. And that mistake I made of you. I had a stand my kick in my back, and I lose. Come on, let me see your hand. We are the champion, my friend. Come on, and we keep on fighting till the end. People are here, come on. We are the champion. We are the champion. No time for losing, 'cause we are the champion of the world. 给了一点尖叫声。Give my vow and my call. You brought me fame and fortune, everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been nowhere roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before you were ring, and I lose. We are the champion, my friend, and we keep on fighting till the end. We are the champion. We are the champion. No time for loser, 'cause we are the champion. Come on. We are the champion, my friend. Kaohsiung Steelers. And we keep on fighting till the end. We are the champion. We are the champion. No time for loser, 'cause we are the champion. 高雄 Steelers 给我一点尖叫声 of the world.
We are back， 我们回来了。请现场首席跟球迷先给这个热情的掌声鼓励。是的，自从上次热身赛结束之后呢，各位雄心跟球迷大家久等了。这一周呢，是我们高雄17直播钢铁人主场的赛事，也是我们主场开幕战。 我们这边呢特别邀请到高雄知名的乐团 Rossi Band 为我们的主场做个开场仪式。相信刚刚他们的演出呢，我们的雄鹰及球迷胜这么球员已经热血沸腾了。所以现场雄鹰，你们准备好的话，是否可以给我个热情的尖叫声？谢谢。好。 这一季呢，相信大家看到我们全新的主场，里面有很多的细节呢，等着雄鹰慢慢来品尝、来体会。而我们的高雄一期直播钢铁人呢，在这一季会用全新的感受、不一样的东西呢，会呈现给我们雄鹰们以及球迷们。那希望呢，大家要持续进场支持我们高雄一期直播钢铁人。我们也会在基层呢，继续来推动高雄篮球，甚至整个台湾篮球。所以现场雄鹰，让我们跟着高雄一期直播钢铁人一起。 将我们的台湾篮球发扬光大。好，你们准备好了吗 ？Let's go, Steel！ 2022-23高雄钢铁人本周主场赛事，将由高雄钢铁人在主场挑战迎接前来的桃园璞园领航员篮球队。首先为大家介绍身穿浅色球衣桃园璞园领航员篮球队，背号0号陈玉瑞，5号林子伟，6号关大佑，15号陈冠全，21号陈立焕，27号张振雅。 30号白耀成，42号沃许本，先发5人，13号桑尼，22号黄宏汉，25号林正，28号施晋尧，69号卢俊祥，总经理陈信安，总教练 Cominos， 助理教练兼球员发展总监杨怡峰，助理教练 Gomez 黄启峰，技术教练唐伟杰，体能教练刘年杰，技术分析师柯焕伟。 那我们请我们领航员的球员，请先回到休息区，谢谢。那我们本季呢，非常多的团体以及开场表演呈现给大家。首先，我们要欢迎的是我们的新律太鼓团，他们将为我们本季的开幕战打响第1声的鼓声，极具气势的太鼓表演，他们将替我们的钢铁主场的战士们助阵。 也代表着今天的战争即将开打。现场的雄鹰，现场球迷，让我们一起跟着鼓声，勇敢御敌！鼓声响起的时候，也可以借用大家的双手，跟着鼓声一起来拍打。 掌声鼓励！非常感谢新律太鼓团带着没有气势表演，阵阵的鼓声也帮我们的战士们加油打气。今年的战争，我们一定可以胜利获胜。接下来邀请的开场表演是 BBS Studio， 我们这里掌声欢迎 BBS Studio 带来精彩的演出。BBS 主理人 Marky 老师丰富的教学经验，教出许多儿童以及优秀的老师。本身呢也参与台湾重大赛事，在个人与团体比赛中战功彪炳。而目前也是钢铁女神雅典娜的舞蹈老师，各种风格都能驾驭。而本周开幕战将以 Carping 作为主题，为本季主场开幕战呈现一场精彩的视觉飨宴。
Hey yo, what's up? This is PBS.
Nah, fuck that.
You can never, ever, ever, never, ever.
Okay.
Stop it. Stop it.
running, you to the yo to the you. Don't to the good to the running, you to the yo to the you. Don't to the good to the right.
I'll be fucked up if you can't be right.
Yeah, I'm throwing D's on the Cadillac. Ride through the Cater, nigga bumping Burt Bacharach. You a fucking liar, faggot, never slung a chroma crack. Bash your fucking window when I drag you out your Pontiac. Tell you on the zombies back, fucking hypochondriac. Gag a bitch and shove her in the dryer at the laundromat. Cocaine and insomniac, sipping on some cognac. Dude, this fucking album sucks, I want my fucking money back. Disadvantage, I'm schizophrenic, these bitches panic. Dick and Janice, I'm popping Xanax and speaking Spanish. Nala con blanc, I ain't say a word. A fucking nerd, I'm riding dirty with the moss bird. I am awkward, I'm sipping cough syrup. I'm high as a Martian in a flying saucer. What up the 808 Blake and Mike Wahlberg? I punch through the sheetrock and make the wall hurt. Teen Wolf, I claw and dress and panties off her. Just got a new LeBaron and the seats is all fur. My brain's fried, heart's gone and my balls hurt. I grab the 9 and 45 and let them all squirt. Mr. Benton, bitches say they sick of them. I'm up at Mickey D's, I get an English McMuffin. You hang around all pigs like you McLovin. I shove a freaking brick inside a fucking brick oven. You niggas fake like mall cop Paul blart. I run you over with the shopping cart in Walmart. Hop out the Subaru, huffing the tuba glue. Your girl ring around my dick just like a hula hoop. Maneuver through the city in a bulletproof suit. I'm strong enough to rip a fucking roof off a coupe. You wanna play Tupac? I throw you off the roof and run down and catch you. Tell these niggas Jerry got the juice.
Don't this shit make a nigga wanna? 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 Don't this shit make a nigga wanna?
Heads up! Heads up! Here's another one, and another one. Yeet, yeet. Why you all in my ear? Talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Yeet, yeet. I ain't playing around. Make one false move, I take you down. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Hey, you won't work with me. I'ma tell you one time, don't fuck with me. Get down, cause I ain't got nothing to lose and I'm having a bad day. Don't make me take it out on you. You won't work with me. I'ma tell you one time, don't fuck with me. Get down, cause I ain't got nothing to lose and I'm having a bad day. Don't make me take it out on you.
再次掌声送给 BBS Studio。非常精彩的视觉飨宴，为我们高雄177直播钢铁人加油打气。好的，接下来是大家期待已久的钢铁女神雅典娜2.0来啦！除了原本的成员之外呢，在本季还加进了3位选妹。各位，让我们一起来欣赏全新的钢铁女神雅典娜吧！热烈掌声欢迎钢铁女神雅典娜！
feelings too. Are you ready? All you people look at me like I'm a little girl. Well, did you ever think it?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Welcome to Fongsan Stadium, a home of the Kaohsiung 17 Live Steelers. Last season, plus the regular season, concluded with only 89 games of 90 played. The one matchup that we did finish off was the Taoyuan Pilots against these home Steelers. Well, as the Kaohsiung Athena perform on the court, we'll have to detail all the changes the two teams have made. I'm Ryan Chen, your Plus League English play-by-play. Both teams have undergone some cosmetics, some coaching, and of course, player changes over the course of the offseason, and we'll detail all of that on the broadcast. This is the Steelers' home opener.
现在是我们钢铁球员，背号1号，业务弥漫，我们一起灌上篮大拉杆 ，A.K.A. 钢铁代表林国豪。黑色闪电嘻哈小跑车，冲击新人王后胜负投进，背号2号Chen张杰伟。 用最强壮的钢铁飞丸撑起整个球队，高雄的阿特拉斯6号钟一翔。打球主持样样行，最健康的少年陆毅，背号8号王玉翔。 瘦身有成，魅力不减，钢铁坦克再次进化。10号王博士，自己的篮球梦自己演，非典型篮球员。12号郑德伟，王帅高比的打球最有仪式感。14号邱国章，拼命抢拿 Houston Player， 钢铁战鼓23号蓝少博。接下来是高雄1期直播钢铁人先发五人 Starting Five。 美国航母赴港高雄 ，Luiso 背号0号，韩国利落田明 Bibi。野兽派防守钢铁寿司郎一起被休息耶，7号张博文。 钢铁当家控卫，稳定输出小钢炮，4号陈佑伟。延续担当，男模射手射进决心，钢铁队长13号郑荣。 集团重要之处 ，So strong, who strong？ 9号 Number 9， 特雷斯就是太强。 长黄宏凯，总教练 Mori， 篮球事务营长郑志龙，助理教练洪启超、李婉如，首席体能训练师 Miros， 体能训练师陈胜全，防务员黄玉俊、黄志新，翻译黄大玉。我们相信现场的小弟跟球迷，高雄钢铁的球员跟大家一条心。现在呢，我们要请现场的手机跟球迷跟高雄钢铁。
So you've been introduced to the Steelers for the first time in their second season in team history. We'll have to address the elephant in the room. This is the two teams that finished in last place last season, and they are still in the cellars of the Plus League standings here in the third season. We're still in the early goings. There's a lot to be determined, and I'm sure both teams want to get in the win column. The Steelers, of course, want to have a good showing at home with other entertainment happening across town. Well, it was a season of changes for, especially you could say, the Pilots, who drafted a whole bunch of young kids and said goodbye to some older veterans. There's the standings after the Dreamers were able to take down the New Taipei Kings at their place. So Kings on top 4-1, and the Dreamers now getting a step ahead of the Lioneers, now 3-2. And of course the Steelers 0-3, the Pilots 0-2. That should be flipped based on the games behind from first place. Now our chance to introduce the Mandarin broadcast duo. On the left, that's Xiaohu Hu Junqi, and on the right, that's Kuike田宏奎。球迷朋友，你找到了 Plus League 的英文转播哦。谢谢你收看我陈瑞元的讲评。但你要看奎哥跟小胡，当然转到我们的官方中文连结，记得走之前先按个赞。So the theme is maybe a little bit of a youth movement for the Pilots, but on the Steelers side, they'll be making the debut of a couple of veteran basketball players. Well, interestingly enough, last season, the road team won every single matchup between these two teams, and as I mentioned, they only played 5 out of the 6 games. The last one canceled due to COVID infections. Well, the Steelers at home averaging a little bit more in scoring, but in the end, the head-to-head plus-minus was only a -2. It was one of the closest of all the 6 teams, or you could say, if I do the math really quickly, 15 matchups with each other. Now the last game comes with a little bit of a caveat. Anthony Bennett, yes, the one with the Lioneers, first overall draft pick many years ago to the NBA, he was actually suspended for the last game they played here, and that game actually, the Steelers managed to get it to overtime before finally falling to the Pilots. Well, pre-game, we caught up with one of the youngsters of the Pilots, and Ethan Chen, or we call him Xiao Bai around here. And for the Steelers, we'll get to eventually, it's second-year player Lan Shaofu, who's very familiar with the Pilots organization. Detail that later.
我觉得说，就是因为球队也来了一个外籍教练，然后又是一个新的体系，所以就是自己就是要学着怎么跟洋将还有跟教练去做沟通，所以我觉得在这段时间，就跟不管是教练也好，然后我们的洋将也好，其实我觉得这都算是我最大的进步。这样，对，我觉得右卫就是他的切入破坏性很强，所以往往就是他切入的时候可以吸引到一些防守者去做包夹的部分，然后他也可以把球传出来给射手做出手的这个机会。其实我觉得这就是我要去学习的地方。那今天就是竭尽全力的去跟他做一个较劲嘛，就是我也不想，我也会有不服输的精神，所以就是想要去挑战他这样，对。
Ethan Chen, the 3rd overall pick in the Plus League Amateur Draft this offseason, saying that it's a new system and there's a lot to learn, of course, but you add to the elements of now playing with imports at the pro level. Of course, Coach Caminos is also new to the team and obviously new for all the players working with him. And the second question was about going up against Jerry Chen of the Steelers. He highlights his driving ability as we see Xie Wenwei there in the center, the crew chief of the officials tonight. His driving, Taoyuan that is, opens up the shooters on the outside, and it's going to be a strength for the Steelers for what we hope is many years to come. But of course, he wants to play his best and challenge him and all the other good guards in our league. There's a starting lineup for the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. We have local Ken, Chen, jumping center, along with Sunny Sakakini, Huang Haohan, Sijian, Wu Junxiang, Justin. On the Steelers side, making his debut, Terrence Jones there in the middle, flanked by Weber Zhangbo Wei, Captain Lu, number 13, the aforementioned Jerry Taoyuan, and on the very left, the import that's played every game for the Steelers, Femi Olijobi. He scored 33 points in the game against the Lioneers, which they lost, scoring 33 as a team in the fourth quarter, just to kind of make it a little bit of a game in the end. Well, where do we start? Offensively or defensively? Of course, both teams want to see their play in general improve. Scoring in particular has been an issue for both teams. The Steelers, 4th in the Plus League at 91 points per game, but their local leader is Tank Wang Bozi, a center not known for scoring, at 8.5 points per game. He'll be coming off the bench for this one. I had a chat with Manny Harris before the game, and like Anthony Tucker, Tank is a guy that the imports like to point out for a smart player, has a little bit of skills, and is of course easy to get along with off the court. Well, the Steelers this year have 1-7 Live as their title sponsor, so one of the live broadcasters throwing up the ceremonial opening tip. As we finish up our ceremonies, the Steelers in red will control the tip. Jones jumping center, now going right at Ling Zhen. There's a foul right away as Pauian came over to help. That's a way to start the game off. A couple free throws. Now, this is the first time this season that any one of the Plus League teams is only playing one import to start, as I've been informed that Jason Washburn, starting things off the bench, actually took a poke to the eye. Not a good start for Jones as he misses the first 2 free throws, thankfully. Got 11:50 left in the game. Looking for Sonny down low, a quick turn and score. So there's Jerry running the point as we have a double floppy action. Jones left open and had that one stopped by Ken down low. Ayao, open for a second, we'll get it back. Deep shot from Justin is no good, and Huang Han, second chance for the Pilots, still no good. They're still fighting hard, ball out of bounds for the Steelers. So I was sharing with some of the other broadcasters here. Last season, 17 instances where an import came off the bench, and there were 8 DNPs for injuries or maybe rotational reasons, or maybe they didn't have any imports on the roster. Jerry drops in the teardrop. First score at home for the home team, wearing the red jerseys. Last year they featured a gray and blue set. General manager, new to the scene, Kenny, switching things up with the players and switching things up with their visuals. Interior layup made by number 22, Wang Han, or they call him Da Han. Olijobi using Sakasini's face, but missing with that 3. Quickly down the floor. Justin from the right corner, the 3 is at the top of the backboard. Long rebound. Weber tracks it down, and the Steelers keeping the pace up, something that all of their head coaches have emphasized, and including Murray. But Sonny powers his way to the rack. 6-2 start for the Pilots. Came all the way down from Taoyuan. They find Weber in the corner. Not had a great shooting start to the season. Little drive and kick, but it's Justin who pops free. His three is up. Dances off the rim. Jones with another ISO on Ken. Getting by him with speed, but the pass off target, so they got to set something up. It's Captain Lou. Down to Jones. They got the foul. Almost a two-handed slam. Terrence Jones goes by Tai Chung, which is an interesting play on words because Tai is the same sounding word as very, and Chung is strong, so he's too strong. But of course, the way that Mandarin characters are built, they attached a metallic part to it. There's another missed free throw, only 1 for 2. Joby looks off the three, a better shot for Weber. Misses again. Long rebound saved by Ken, and numbers for the Pilots. Justin to the rack, easy block, and Sonny right there for the putback. That's why, as a big, you got to follow things up. Easy rebounding chances. Joby jabs right, running low on time, takes the pull-up jumper off target. And another long rebound tracked down by the Pilots. Justin's quick fire three finally hits it. Well, the Pilots had a good start against the Dreamers last week, but they eventually fell as Terrence Jones splashes that three. He's making his debut with the Steelers, and we're waiting for this season to show up number 6, Kaohsiung. That one goes in after a rattle. Justin finally the range. The early going 14-6. Leading scorer is now a tie between Sonny and Justin as we have a foul close to the corner. Kind of bailing out Jerry there. Former Steeler, Taylor Braun in the building, you saw on the screen as Jerry's, actually, excuse me, it was a turnover before and now he pokes it out of bounds. There's a lot of chatter about Taylor Braun's assisting numbers, but so far in the season, Jerry, 10 per game is an incredibly high mark for our league. IL makes the shot, then blocked. They're going to call it goaltending. Well, Jones is showing off his athleticism, his involvement. Good effort there, but it's 2 more points for the Pilots as we have our first break in the action. On a Sunday night after voting day. Thanks for tuning into this Plus League game. We'll be back after these messages.
好，现在呢，荧幕上有牛角手是牛角 Ken， 我们可以跟着我们的右尾呢举出的牛角，这是我们的妹妹，我们的依依，女神雅典娜，还有小朋友牛角举起来，耶！欢迎来到我们钢铁人的主场凤山体育馆。好，这位朋友坐在第一排的不要滑手机了。好，拍到你了，蓝区的朋友，哎，举出的牛角可是要比牛角的手势。 比牛角的手势。对，一起比试的牛角手势，没错，做得很好 ，Good job。好，手机女孩来就是你的，来牛角手势，头上的牛角也非常漂亮哦，谢谢。来，弟弟。
Back in Kaohsiung Fengshan Stadium here in the Fengshan neighborhood. Pilots starting only one import player. Right now, off to a good start. They've played with good pace, but more importantly, I've been talking with some of my colleagues nearby, is their rebounding has been solid. The Steelers have only taken one offensive rebound to the 7 defensive rebounds that the Pilots tracked down. Here you see Manny Harris. I talked to him pregame. He's dealing with a couple of, shall we say, ouchies. One in the calf, one on the wrist, so he'll try to work his way back into playing form. On the floor, I see no substitutions yet as Jerry lines one up, fires away, and all net with that 3. That's always been the topic of discussion for Jerry from high school on. Can he shoot the 3-ball consistently? 5 for 14 coming into this game, or 36% is pretty solid. Ball hand, can't get the answer as Sonny getting the fight in and an offensive rebound while the foul was called. So one note I had before the game, which is right now proving to be problematic, is the Steelers give up the least offensive rebounds to their opponents in 3 games. As Wu Jingxiang Justin can't make it 3 in a row. They give up the least offensive rebounds at 11.3 per game. But their paint has been challenged, giving up the most points in the paint at 48 per game. Kind of a weird dichotomy, not having any bigs. Jerry's drive can't get anybody open until Captain Lou from the corner hits the side of the backboard. And his struggles continue on the season, coming into the game 2 for 22 from deep range. It's Ken, a little bit of a size advantage, sticks with it and gets the 2 points underneath, scoring on Captain Lou. So adding a little insult to injury there. Now every one of the Pilots who started the game has now scored. Jones right into the bottom of the net. And that one will be a turnover. You might have heard on the PA, Taoyuan will make his way onto the floor as we get another look at Ken. He's got the size advantage, so just be patient. Keep those elbows tight, face the basket, and finish. Captain Lou is 195, but Ken is 7 or 8 centimeters taller. As Sonny bumping his way down low, blocked by Olujobi. Couple pats of recognition, good effort there. A little bit of a surprise, but it's out of bounds off the Pilots. They'll inbound the ball, so no challenge. Definitely a 50-50 on the screen. So there's Ethan, number 30, guarding Jerry. Taoyuan had that one blocked by Sonny. Ayao, one man to beat, almost goes for the dunk, he did, but the ball flinging all around. They call a loose ball foul first as, wow, Sujingyao, I don't think he has a dunk to his name in the Plus League in 2 seasons, but it was really energetic. Yeah, Sujingyao is a often victim of those fast break chase down blocks, but that time trying to go all the way. Well, it's going to be Pilots ball after the foul. 2 team fouls apiece. Pong takes the deep 3 and drains it. The The strong start for the Pilots continue. A foul first by Sonny on the inbounds as Jason Washburn and Calvin trying to check into the game. These are two players that started the last, actually, couple games, both of them for the Pilots. On the baseline inbound. Tumble away, runs into a wall. That shot is stopped. Rabbi held onto a second and now drives down the way on the fast break. His three-point shot, up and out. Already made one, but Pompom's gonna be patient with it. Reaching out on the curl, getting the foul. Looked like he had no space there. But right now the Pilots are playing confident. And that's the thing I noticed about, of course, we talk about maybe the Braves when they're going good, the Kings as well, and any team who has guys stepping up late in the shot clock, they don't look too panicked. Create something out of nothing with a little bit of movement, maybe a good handoff is all it takes. Steelers substitution bringing in number 8. I call him the Little Lou, Wang Luxiang. Now the Pilots, they have their offensive struggles, only 84 points per game, which is tied with the Dreamers for last place heading into today. Then the Dreamers a little bit laying the whooping on the Kings, who are undefeated. Jones going at Washburn, is gonna get the foul and the basket. Strong finish there for number 9. Another chance to work on his free throw stroke. Only 1 for 4 so far, but we see the power and the good balance. One thing about Terrence Jones is he's not afraid to go to that left side. He is natural lefty, so try to make an adjustment. Quickly down the floor, nobody marks Calvin. A little off-footed, missing the 3. A little bit to our surprise, because I believe last year he was listed at 4, but Taoyuan this year is going to be listed at guard. Little flare screen, and Little Lou hits the line drive. That's his spot. He's got to own it. And in fact, my records do show Taoyuan was listed at guard, but of course has the nickname Taiwan LBJ, as Washburn shows off the good fundamentals. Weber trying to slice through and got the ankle. Now a little bit of a Steelers run as they bring it to within single digits. Fakes the back door, then fires away. Calvin couldn't get the rebound, so a chance for the Steelers. Already hit once. Little Lou crashes into Tank and steps out of bounds. Much better defensive feat by Tank, who is often called for those blocking fouls, but he was there first. I'll get a breather as Justin will check back in for him. Xiao Bai is one of 4 rookies that the Pilots picked up in the amateur draft. Washburn hitting the ankle, loading it up, but out. Jones at a head of steam, going down the middle, and throwing it out of bounds to the corner. If you paid attention to Plus League teams in their social media, Coach Ryan Marchand explaining to some high schoolers that on a fast break, your shooter, you don't want to go all the way to the corner, risking a out of bounds. You want to actually hit the break. Justin short with that 3, and Olujobi get the deflected rebound. Josh, no, Shonda back defending for the right-handed finger roll. Here come those Steelers. Washburn's got the height advantage. Spins to the right, getting the beautiful kiss off the glass. Jared going at Xiaobai, who got the block. No, they say foul. Decent recovery, but maybe as a rookie, you got to pay your dues there. Ethan was the 3rd overall pick. 1st overall pick. Yeah, we have yet to see him today, but he started the first 2 games for the Pilots. The aforementioned Tank is checked in the game, as looks like Coach Murray is gesturing. He wants that zone defense against the Pilots. Blanking the first free throw as Olujobi jogs down court. There's Jerry's stats. So far in the 2nd season, only a 33% shooter from the field. Steelers show a little trap, but now back into their zone. Calvin skip pass to Justin. They're not in any hurry. Pong driving on Tank. You get the 0 angle layup. Kind of gave up on it. Thought he got fouled, but no call. Just the bucket. And they're stemming the Steelers' run a little bit. We're under a minute to play. The double team comes. Jerry throws out of it to the other side. He already hit it once, and another one. Little Lou. Had his struggles last year, but turning a new leaf here, 2022-23. Find Justin in the corner. Can't get the answer, but long rebound. And the Pilots can ice it. Oh no, it didn't hit the rim. Running well on time. They say that was too late. Not the worst. But credit to the Steelers for defending that last possession. Now a few offensive and defensive subs. As mentioned, Washburn not at 100%, but it's going to be both imports for length. As Sonny, smart tap, they'll say Steelers ball. Backdoor, Sean had that one contested. That'll be the end of the first quarter. Well, stick around. We have more competitive basketball coming up as these two teams trying to get the first win of the season. You're watching the Plus League.
送给 Rusty Bay。
If you're watching the broadcast on YouTube, you probably heard the live band the Steelers have in here. That's the Roxy Band up by the upper levels, close by to the Steelers bench. Justin tries to drive, but Little Luke gets his hand in there for the steal, but blocked at the rim by Ethan, and now they have a 2-on-0 as Washburn gets the easy flush. Well, the Steelers were eager to get down on offense, but they didn't leave anyone behind. Trying to go backdoor as this time Little Luke gets the right-handed finish. He's had a great start to the game. Last season, Little Lou averaging 7 points per game. Como tries the fadeaway this time, and the Steelers are all over that one. John showing off his driving and strength, but Calvin commits a foul first. They say the back door. Washburn a little bit late to help out. And the mentioned Tank with the assist. Olajobi will try to get to the rack. Almost with it, but the Pilots get to the board and down the court. Justin overshoots the layup. Calvin right there. Had that one blocked by Tank. Well, clearly the Pilots are leaking somebody out, especially on the right side of the defense. All they were lacking was the finish there. Olajobi will get a breather, and Jones will take his place. Couldn't beat Tank with strength. So they switch to the other side. Ethan pull-up jumper stuffed by Jones, and now we have a 2-on-1 as he gets the two-handed slam. Wow. Now that is Terrence Jones's introduction to the Plus League. On the break, the former Houston Rocket. Justin gets to the rack, but stopped by Little Lou. It's a scramble for the basketball. Jones hopping to the right side. He's got the foul. Couldn't get the lay-in. Kind of getting the sense of what makes him the NBA talent that is on his resume. Just get it to the man that can finish, and ooh, even had a little contact there up top. Maybe that'll get the Steelers even more fired up for this first home game of their season. We're not all that unfamiliar with this stadium. Of course, they played here last year, but this season, the only Plus League preseason weekend was right here in Kaohsiung for the Steelers in the league, hosting all 6 teams. Sonny stopped by Tank and bats that one out of bounds. That's a couple of players that Tank's been able to hold up against. Ayo checks back in the game, and so will Olajobi. will try from the outside this time. The rainbow is off iron. Jerry getting by Ayao, getting it to the teammate who is fouled by the recovering Sichinyao. So funny enough, this season, Jerry's struggling to finish close to the rim. Overall, shooting 9 for 27 coming into the game with the aforementioned 10 assists. So his driving is still a major threat. Now, if he can add to the finishing, that's the Rookie of the Year ability as Jones getting to the rack again, and he'll go to the line. Continue to work on that free throw stroke. Now, on the quarter, the Pilots have already fouled 4 times, none for the Steelers. Terrence Jones is the biggest reason. Captain Luchek's back in the game. So more height to the Steelers lineup now. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. The stat we didn't have before, now we do, thanks to our partners at Sports Radar with Synergy Stats. After every game, we can look at the fouls drawn, which we didn't have before. And right now, Terrence Jones is not the most free throw attempts. That one unlucky. Already got 9 points, but leaving a lot at the line as Ayao gets a corner 3 for Huang Honghan. One of those point forwards that the Pilots love to use. Missing from 28 feet now. As the Pilots swing it around. No hurry, Sonny's bumping down on Jones. Losing the handle though. A little bit of talcum powder. For all of you who have yet to serve your ROC military service, talcum powder, that's the tip. Stay dry, stay rash-free. Xiaobai doing a good job stopping Jerry the first time, but he gets around the screen. Now the Pilots in a scramble to the short corner, and an easy bucket for number 4, courtesy of Olujobi. Backdoor, a little out of the reach of Sichinyao, guarded by Jamarcus, or Jay. The only rookie for the Steelers is picked up in the second round as the Steelers traded their first round pick to obtain Little Lou the year before. Well, Jamarcus is one of those players that's kind of a leader wherever he goes. He's kind of breaking the huddle a lot. Did that in the Rising Stars. I'm sure he did it in college, and sometimes he does it even on this pro team as we get a travel call on Olujobi, who is kind of playing a little schoolyard ball there. Score is 34-29 on the scorebook there on the bottom of your screen. Ayao backdoor to Sonny, foul first though. There's a first foul for the Steelers. Sub to get Ken in the game, and more height for the Pilots as he subs out Ethan. He lines up the free throw and drops it in. He's listed at 203, 6'8". Kind of, they say, undersized power forward. You see Washburn with the kind of red in his eyes and the Band-Aid over the right side of his nose. Speaking of Jeff Ayers, pregame, the third import for the team. Effort play, looks like Sichinyao saved it for the team as he goes to visit with some of the fans courtside. Right now, it's pretty evident that the Pilots are doing a little bit better to these 50-50 balls. Chen faking the defense out and scoring at the basket with the left hand. He's got a couple scores on the interior as Jones up against the wall. Had that one denied. Numbers for the Pilots as Pauian has that one erased by Jamarcus. He might not look like the tallest player, but he sure jump. Well, that one actually blocked twice. I wonder how the scorers will take care of that one. Captain Lou got his hand on it. Zijian will try from 3, no good. As Pauian trying to work on his tip game, and he needs to work on it some more. Wrong place in the wrong time. Justin is fouled on the loose ball, or fouls Jones on the loose ball. So it'll be bonus free throws for the Steelers. 6:42 left, down by 8 points. It's good news for them as you might get a little delay of game warning for Jones drying off his hands. He needs all the help he can get. This time he rolls it in, so I don't know, we might be sending the wrong message. He might go to the towel again. One for 2, and now 2 for 2. Excuse me, 1 for 1, then 2 for 2. Steelers show a little pressure, but then back off as Ayal rips through the baseline. Chen with a little bit of space. With a left-handed hook, denied by Jones. Get a little bit more elevation than that. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Pauian. The Sonny. The Euro step and the finger roll. Man, that's too tough for a big to be doing that on you. Jones wants to get it back. This is the captain. He's got a lane and able to finish through Ken. The Steelers have been doing those finishing drills in practice. Maybe one of those hammer arm, foam arms. Handoff game for Justin's 3-point attempt. It drops. Back up to a 9-point game. Jamarcus to Olujobi. Takes the contact, then goes at it again. Leaves it short. Ayal probing. They're leaving Sonny open with all long. He hits the 3, and that is a timeout by the Steelers. The Pilots have regained their footing a little bit. They have expanded on the lead once again to 12 points. We got another break. The Plus League action. We'll be back after this.
掌声送给艾恩。好，这边呢也再次提醒所有球迷，如果呢在机场上有拿到牛角的，可以请帮忙大家。
Do me and do the Plus League a favor. Type 1 in the chat if you already like the stream. If you like the English broadcast, be sure to leave a like on the Mandarin broadcast. All of it helps. So far in the game, the leading scorer for the Pilots is Sunny with 12 points. That three-pointer forcing the Steelers into a timeout. And on the other side, Terrence Jones leading his team with 11 points. They're listed at center, but Olajobi brings the ball down court. We have a mistake with the clock. Now the clock you see on the screen, the score bug there, is from the TV stations directly looking at the 24 clock here in the stadium, and a little bit of a operator malfunction. Now I do recall that in the preseason there were other hardware issues, so while they work that out, we'll see Ken and Jones with the awkward exchange there. They're all right for now. Sometimes you got to use better technique than just sticking your limbs out there. They get the clock adjusted, but the operators will have a little huddle. All the players will, and the coaches really get an extra timeout to talk things over. Coach Murray, Coach Caminos, both working with their respective teams for the first time. So any opportunity you can get to really implement your system, strengthen those concepts, is the opportunity you want to take. Well, now that we have this opening in the broadcast, the Steelers, of course, prominently featuring their red new look, sponsored by 17 Live, a streaming internet platform started here in Taiwan. Whereas the Pilots, they have a title sponsor, but it's really a brand people are familiar with. It's Pauian. The Pauian organization, the chief business is real estate, and they run basketball for many years as well. Coach Roger had his previously most prominent championship run with that team before moving into the head of the Braves operations, and then followed up by Coach Metcalf, of course, English commentator with the Plus League. He led them to one championship in the SBL. What other changes can I squeeze in before they get the action started again? Of course, Kenny Gall, the new general manager here for the Steelers, after being in charge of the Lion-Ears operation for a couple years, especially on the players in the basketball side. Under 5 minutes in the second quarter, Jerry lines up a three. That clanks out as Zijing out with a head of steam. Justin hesitates. He's not really in great rhythm now as he stumbles to that pass. Nice feed as Sunny gets the easy finish, and have a little bit of a just a delay of game warning. Sunny ran into a bunch of bodies. Already with a couple nice assists, Huang Honghan. Did not get to play too many games last year due to a knee injury, which happened in between games, really, at the big arena. Justin fouls at the rim. Captain Liu will get a chance at the line. The aforementioned Huang Huan only got to play 10 games, 182 minutes. But there you see the passing vision and the execution. Sean will check back into the game. Pauian did not get to show off his assist game that much last year. We saw glimpses of it. To use an advanced stat, I did the math, and he assisted about 12% of the time when he was on the floor. The leading player, as we have a missed free throw. Kind of predictably, it's Devin Robinson. Who was sitting at 20%. Of course, his usage rate kind of off the charts there at 35%. But of course, he led the Pilots in scoring and rebounding, so it's kind of understandable why. Number 7, Weber, he's guarding Sijingyao. Sunny's post up, working the middle, forcing that pass to Aya, who's in the dunker spot. But back to Hwang Han, who bricks it way off to the left. Let's see if the Steelers can take advantage. Make a run here, down by 14. Jones angles a 3, and Ken was disciplined. Quickly down the floor. Right now, the Pilots looking all kinds of speedy and athletic, beating the Steelers once again down the floor. Jones spinning and delivering an okay pass. Oh, Joby misses the elbow jumper. Deep positioning, getting around Ken that time for the score. Slip pass, and that one they're gonna say goaltending. Jones again really athletic, but Sunny beat him to the backboard there. A little bit of a breather as our towel boy needs to be a little bit more proactive. He'll get that cleaned up. So far on the game, the Pilots already have 15 assists on 20 baskets. Of course, don't forget in FIBA rules, if you make free throws on a would-be assist, that also goes to the assister's credit. Left wide open, Taoyuan missing from the corner, as they're gonna call a loose ball foul on Olujobi. And it's too funny, the players have asked several times in this start of the 3rd season for reviews, but fouls are not reviewable, gents. Might be in a future iteration of Plus League basketball. Yeah, Hwang Han on the post up. Couple down screens as Ken will take the baby jumper, and that didn't look very good. Jones turns it over. Quick shot by Hwang Han. This time he got it. Building it up to a now 19-point lead. The Steelers have got to stick with it. A couple key minutes left as Weber drops it in from the left side. Foul there on the perimeter. Now, despite the Steelers having that free throw advantage throughout the quarter, not been able to really take advantage of it. The Pilots have played pretty disciplined defense. Aya waiting for the screen, getting open, popping for three, but short on the second effort. Try to dish it to Sunny, a little too hot with the pass. Jones will go to the line again. Referees will jump on stuff afterwards. Looks like we'll be okay. I think the players, especially the Pilots, are still trying to get used to how aggressive Jones will get to the rack. And when the body's as physical as he is, you know, a bit of extra stuff. So far they've been cordial, and we certainly hope it stays that way. Looks like they're going to go to the monitor to give it another look, but they don't have to do anything. They just want to give it an extra look. Right now, Terrence Jones is the leading man for the Steelers, 13 points. Also leading the team with 4 rebounds. But Olujobi's got the lead in assists with 3. On Friday, I broadcasted to our surprise, it will be a unsportsmanlike foul. I believe that's on Ken if it's gesturing number 25. Well, the Braves and Kings had a really forgettable free throw shooting game from the road team. Braves shooting just above 50% from the line. If they hit all of those, they would have been right back in the action, eventually falling to the Kings by 15 points. That was a matchup of the number 1, number 2 teams in the standings. We mentioned before, the Steelers had their chance to make a run at it, and they got another one here. It'll be free throws and possession. Steelers formerly had a zone defense look. Now the man-to-man is working a little bit better. Let's see how they do with the offensive possession. Looks like Jones is getting more acquainted with the rim. On the south side of the stadium. Olujobi working with Jones as Sean forces up a 3, well short. Still trying to get back in rhythm. Sean came back last year from the CBA and actually played a really heavy workload, 41 minutes per game. Mahan fakes the pass, then quick fire 3, no good. Here might be the slight disadvantage. Sonny's not as tall as other bigs in the league. As Olujobi couldn't finish, and now the Pilots' chance to run. Good hands by Jerry. The league leader in steals last year too. However, hesitates and couldn't get it on the reload. Blocked by the Pilots, but Jones stopped once again. And the Steelers throwing whatever they can against the wall. A little bit of a little tuggle there, but and we're all right. We're going to swap out the basketball for after all the action it's been through with contact inside, the kind of fumbling nature. Sometimes the ball will fall in. Get another look at the multiple efforts by the Pilots. Sonny jumping in for the block there. Then Pong Pong in the right place for that block. At least that's how I would score it. You might have a different opinion at home, but you see another chance. Uh-oh. Just lost his balance. He's all right. Well, Weber's also struggling to start his Steelers debut after last year having to sit out, facing a 1-year suspension for our off-the-court DUI. Well, the free throw shooting of one Terrence Jones, 62% in the NBA, which is 10 points better than a certain Shaka, which is how we refer to Shaquille O'Neal at 52%. Of course, in the news for having some comments on Taiwan basketball, but I like to think we're a little bit better than Lifetime Fitness. Certainly like to be 24-hour fitness or better. Well, with less than 13 seconds, let's see what the Pilots have drawn up. Out of bounds, going to stay with the Pilots as once again Jerry gets his hand on the basketball. And Coach Camino saved all his timeouts, so he gets to use it again. Well, certainly the dynamics change when you go from a full court play to a half-court sideline out of bounds. I mentioned the Steelers. They've had some off-season movement. They signed free agents Lin Ziwei, who's not registered for the game. He's only played it 15 minutes so far, but Ling Bo-hao is registered in all 3 of the games, but 3 DNPs, and Cho Bo-zhang has 1 DNP to his name, so Kenny making some changes on the peripheries of the Steelers roster, but I got to see their impact. Of course, typically you want to have your team in a good flow or a couple wins in your pocket before you really expand on your rotation. Meanwhile, for the Pilots, recently they've said goodbye to last year's rookie, only undrafted player Su Zichen. Played 4 minutes in game 89 against the Dreamers. Only 1 assist and 1 foul to his name. Actually scored 5 points in the preseason here. A few more buzzes, a few more switches, as I think they're ensuring the hardware here in the building. It is not a young stadium. Fengshan Stadium opened in 1976. As in fact, they're going to get another look at the out-of-bounds situation, which kind of curious. It is the only stadium in the Plus League that is circular when it comes to the stadium design and the interiors. You get another look. Well, it's kind of a 50-50 ball over there. Showing away the crew chief, getting out of the way while keeping his eyes on the prize. Getting a slow-mo look now. It's pretty close to tell. Working with our partners at Momo Television, who are on the production for this game. Well, the other pilot this week to part ways with the team is Shi Yanzhong, or Fly, who's notable for dunking in the inaugural preseason. Last season, he had 14 games played, 54 points scored. After the year before, he played with the actual Pauian basketball team. So the 2 of those names added to the 4 others who departed from the Pilots, including the 2 who were traded to the Dreamers. Well, after review, they have reversed the call. It's going to be the Steelers' ball, so I hope Coach Murray and the staff had something drawn up too. They'll inbound it from about the 28-foot mark on the Pilot side of the floor. But 10 seconds left, 10.5 seconds, plenty of time to get into your secondary offense. Gary's dribbling in the corner, Jones nearby. Going left, spinning middle, getting the floater up, but it's gonna be a miss. Oh, so much for that last 13 seconds. Now the key thing for the Pilots, that third quarter, they've had leads after halftime for both their games. Let's see if they can hang on. And for the Steelers, they need to get their energy back up and get their home fans into it. It's halftime here in Kaohsiung. I'm Ryan Chen. Thanks for joining the broadcast. We're going to a break before breaking things down from Pauian.
对，我先跟大家说一下，我家住林阿寮，我是林雅区人，
所以也是本身是高雄人，是不是？
直播，我们今年也冠名了，对不对？
对，没错。
对，那所以我们每个主场呢，我们都会有高额的奖金。
高额的奖金。
你知道今天多少钱吗？
我听说今天是5000元。
对，雄青5000块，你们赶快刷起来。
对，所以请大家先不要离开，进入我们直播间刷留言，5000元有可能就是你的喽。
通常我们遇到的场子，没有人要去上厕所。舍不得上厕所，好不好？所以现在请呢所有的雄青，我们第一次来到我们凤山体育馆，你们把你们手机拿出来，刷我们的 QR code， 让我们一起直播。
对，那个 QR code 在大荧幕上面显示的，大家可以直接扫 QR code 来进入我们的一期直播。
对，因为我们今天呢会有在中场3个雄青，第一个你们可以得到5000块。第二个，我们需要前面一点吗？哦，在这里吗？哇，你有大树的感觉到。第二名呢是这个，你喜欢吗？
这是我们本季新商品的露营收纳，这个配色很可爱。当然，我们这个手机这个屏幕一样很小心啊。
超有质感收纳箱，收纳盒是第2名。第3名呢，今天是我们最常会又回来的。
而且重要的是，它们本人新鲜哦，我们亲自去的地面毛巾。
我还有日常过程。所以呢，等一下我们今天会有游戏，游戏完呢会有我们的直播主唱歌。对。唱完之后，我们就要把奖金送给你们。那有关键字，我们请帮我们告诉我。对。关键字是什么？
我们的关键字呢，就是要上面要打出我们今天第一次直播的节目“雄心福利社”这5个字，“雄心福利社”后面加上你的座位，记住就是要写哪一区几排几号。我们刚才也说“雄心福利社”红区6排8号，大家可以跟着刷留言，好不好？持续的刷。
你知道吗？刚刚我的小编我们在那个就是节目进行的时候，超多人已经刷爆了。你们赶快，不要上厕所了，赶快刷。
It's halftime here in Kaohsiung, home of the Kaohsiung 1-7 Live Steelers. Right now, the difference is 15 points. As there we see the combined team statistics. The Pilots also having a big lead in rebounding, especially with the rebounding on their offensive end and the Steelers' defensive end. By my count, the Pilots have 14 offensive rebounds, and the Steelers only have 17 defensive rebounds, which is a big problem. Of course, both teams, the turnovers are under control. And right now, the Pilots, you've got a feeling like with every single offensive rebound, it gives them more confidence, or they break down the Steelers' defense a little bit better for shooting the basketball a little bit higher clip. Right now, the Steelers have a few guys, their key players, over from the outside. Weber Tomboy over 3 from beyond the arc. Taoyuan making his second season debut. Of course, we're in the third season. Don't want to get mixed up. He's 0 for 3 and 0 for 4 overall. And Chen, Captain Lu, is dealing with something with his shooting mechanics. 0 for 2 from 3 and 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Speaking of free throws, Terrence Jones is doing a pretty decent job being aggressive, being strong. He's gone to line for 13 free throws, but has only converted on 6 of those. Meanwhile, the Pilots have only gone to the line overall 3 for 4, but as we mentioned, they're getting effort plays with rebounding, and their leak outs have led to those greasy scores, so maybe not even giving the chance for the Steelers to foul over there. And right now, the local bigs for the Pilots are doing a half-decent job as well. Pong Pong, Ling Zhen each have a blocked shot. Of course, we mentioned Jason Washburn dealing with that little bit of an eye contusion, a face contusion. So he's not going to be expected to play big minutes. There's the leading scorers for the Pilots. Sonny leading things with 16, but I also looked it up. 7 Pilots have multiple field goals, and so that bodes really well for the team, feeling like they can spread the wealth around and score from different spots on the floor and different personnel. It's going to make it tougher for the Steelers defense. Meanwhile, for them, they have 15 points from Terrence Jones. Little Lou came on and scored 8 points, and I believe all of those came in the first quarter, though. So I'm wondering if they're going to get him any more opportunities to stroke a few outside shots for the home team. But we got another break before the rest of the halftime.
我是为你寻找场面大小事的嘉怡。今天是钢铁人主场开箱，一定要来到商品部看看有什么好玩的。当然，今年的主视觉是以红色为主，所以嘉怡后面满满的都是红色系。先看到在这里，当然是主战球衣是一定要有的。那另外呢，在这一次很特别的，还出了像背后的红色的应援 T， 还有应援毛巾。那主战球衣、应援 T 之外，其实今年的商品部很多细节哦，像这样的浴巾哦，除了黑白色系之外，今年的红色主视觉给你一个满版，因为希望会有气势。那另外呢，其实很多男生喜欢穿背心嘛，那这一次呢就有这个连帽的背心，也是他们主推的哦。那另外练习衣其实很不错的是，像这一次是双面穿的，所以呢看你想要哪一面不同的风格都可以一次来拥有。接着再往后走，在这里呢主场的视觉 T 恤，可能很多人都会觉得说就是大大 logo 在正中间，没有，这一次细节做到底，就是 logo 在小口袋里，让你有不同的穿搭感受。另外呢，在生活化的商品当然也是不可少的哦。来到了这里，其实这一次呢，商品部主要推的是像这样的2款的老帽，一个呢是水洗的刺绣，所以会有一点点复古感。那此外呢，像这样的刺绣，其实细节在里面还有印花，是不是非常的特别？此外呢，来到了商品部，你可能会发现这一区很特别，因为呢，钢铁人希望跟在地的商家结合得更深，因此呢，跟在地的潮流品牌Wooden来合作了。那这一次的Wooden跟钢铁人的设计呢，有2大的重点。第一大重点就是 oversize 啦，那另一个重点呢，就是浓浓的复古味。此外，最近露营非常夯，钢铁人也不例外，推出了是好收纳的露营用的收纳箱，放在后车厢也非常的方便。另外，我觉得有一个细节很不错，就是这个地垫，这个地垫呢，其实公分数是大概90公分，也就是门框的长度，所以呢非常的方便。如果来到了商品部，记得来逛逛哦。
get a nice and close look at the Kaohsiung 17 Live Steelers logo, proudly featured at the center court. There's not too much on the hardwood, but 2,722,904 represents the population of the greater Kaohsiung area. On the other side, the square footage, or not footage, of course, that's kind of silly, but the square area kind of moving the team visual logos to the Roman cathedral, Roman theme of the horns and the helmets to show off the competitive nature. It's Jones going one-on-one against Ken as they leave Olujobi open. He missing from 3 to start the second half. Where we left off, the Pilots holding a pretty comfortable lead against the Steelers. Both teams, as we mentioned, trying to get their first win on the season. Captain does a good job bodying Ken, who misses at the rim off the nice spin move. What do they call it? A $10 move, 5-cent finish, something like that. The double comes at Jones, and hands in the cookie jars. It'll be a foul, as now Jones taking a little inventory right in front of us here. In the first half, if you want to check out the stats, that's PLEAGUEofficial.com. You got to make your way to this game here. The Steelers had Jones, Femi, and Jerry playing more than 20 minutes, but they're trying to figure out the rest of the rotation as Captain Liu misses from the corner, and Aya, lucky bounce of the basketball, he's got a rebound. Another post up, Hong on Jerry. The right-handed hook, can't get the roll. The other way they go, back door, but Weber loose with it, finally gets the finish on the other side. Now with a different assignment, the Pilots bounce around as Justin misses from the corner. Jones ran into by a defensive player. He'll go to the line again. Taking a few hits though. Let's see how he fares. Supposed to be one of the more prolific scorers for the Pilots, but Justin, number 69, Lu Junxiang, only 2 for 8 from 3. Free throw struggles continue. Short with that one, but Sonny overran it as Jerry has the 2 easiest points to his evening. Keeping the Steelers in the scramble. The buzzer goes, but the play continues. As more hardware issues are happening here. Now the referees did not really help out the scorers table, because maybe there's nothing wrong with the first buzzer, but when that second buzzer goes, the referees need to stop the action to prevent anybody getting hurt. We'll see how they sort this one out. They're featuring the triangle-shaped shot clock above the hoops here, but some wiring issues, some buzzer issues, connectivity issues with the clock, and it's the second time today, and it's happened a few times in the preseason. There's some operations I gotta tighten up for sure, as now they're putting a little stress on my Mander broadcast colleagues. I'll be all right. There's Kenny Goff sitting courtside in the building, taking things in. If you're looking for maybe a hero to step up for the Steelers, I mentioned Kaohsiung. His best game last season was 24 points against the Pilots, but that was, of course, on the road in Taoyuan Arena, the Taoyuan Dome. That game, the Steelers kind of ran a little wild there. I remember Anthony Bennett dunking on easy screen and roll action with Taylor Braun. As it's one of those oddities that you might have in any sport, of course, but only the road team winning their head-to-head matchups in a home and away basketball competition is kind of unexpected. For example, the juxtaposition might be the Lioneers and Kings playoff series last year, where only the home team won, and through the first 4 games, I would say relatively comfortably. The Lioneers took the first 2 in Hsinchu, then when the action moved to New Taipei to Xinzhuang. 2 different places, I assure you. The Kings won pretty handedly. We're a couple minutes into the 3rd quarter, and just based on the current pace of the game, Pilots on pace to surpass their scoring average, but the Steelers have a little bit of ways to go. Now we're ready to go as Coach Caminos, the man not so pleased with the transgressions on the court. So right now, kind of this awkward ice in the game, leading to more Terrence Jones missed free throws. An 0 for 2 trip. Justin going to the basket and laying it in with the right hand. His MO actually from college is actually not of a 3-point shooter as much as a driver out of Pauian University in New Taipei, as Olujobi goes middle and getting the right-handed hook. Beating Sonny that time, as this time he tries from deep. Going to be a miss and into the hands of Jones. Interesting defensive strategy for the Pilots, having Ling Zun on him almost every time, even when he starts on the perimeter. Up comes, nice dish. And the and one for Jerry, who took a hit down low. Catching the Pilots sleeping there. They sent the help, but it left a good pass for Jones to hit his point guard down low. You see the A to B foul. There was nobody underneath to get in the way of the pass. Out down the middle. Pass deflected. They have plenty of time left. Pauian, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, doesn't matter. He passes it away. Jones around one, flying in. Holy! Incredible with the two-handed slam. really don't want to toot my own horn, but a little bit I told you so. The Pilots sleepy again in another third quarter as the Steelers are making their run back into this one.
OK， 现在比出牛角手势，一起跟钢铁人加油！好，镜头拍到你的朋友，不要害羞，不要客气。好，不要再划手机的球赛这么精彩，比出你的牛角，是牛角手势哦，跟着又比出牛角手势，非常可爱。来，比出牛角，谢谢。哦，妹妹跳起来，很好，很棒。我们小朋友非常的开心。 谢谢你们 ，OK，BBS 10D哦，谢谢老师们。好，绿区的朋友。
The Plus League Instagram is the first place to see the halftime and full-time scores every game. Follow P.LEAGUE.official. Well, just as I'm reading that, it's really outdated now as the Steelers have brought it to a 6-point game. Deflected pass and a turnover. Sonny tried to foul, but the referees let it go as Femi getting to the rack, and there's a blocking foul in the restricted area. The basket will count, in fact. That's right. Pilots absolutely do not have an argument there. Justin was very deep. Third personal as a made free throw will make it a one-possession game. We'll have to wait as Joby short with that free throw. Washburn hands it off. Ethan, fresh into the game, finds Sonny, who fakes his way into 2 points with a left hand. Finally calming the waters, and really the key thing is finally an accurate pass. The third quarter has been 13-4. Washburn finally gets it up court as Ayo blocked. Out of bounds, Terrence Jones up for the challenge. He had the mid-range open. Holohan did his best, but this is the house of Terrence Jones now. Backdoor, Zijingyao met at the rim for another block, having a tough offensive possession. To the hoop, Holohan intercepts that one. Quickly down the other way, Zijingyao, another block, but they say goaltending off the backboard. Now, it is challengeable by the Steelers because the referees did blow the whistle. And there it is, the challenge is issued. After you get a look, I was keeping an eye out on the Steelers bench to see how they would go through with. Well, just when you think the Pilots can create a little bit more distance, get into their flow of the game, well, not so fast. By my count, they've already got 3 or 4 block shots in this fourth quarter. The crucial one coming up. And getting another look at it, looks like, Joby got the block shot. We get a look at this angle, which will be tough. It's certainly close, but looks to me that got his hand on it before. This might be the definitive look. Well, Su Jingyao should have dunked it there. This is a special exception to the rule where you can challenge a goaltend, and if you're successful, then the referees have about a dozen different ways to handle the outcomes. So a stop again for the Steelers as Captain Lou. Jones flying up, scoring on Washburn. Sonny looking for the back door, it doesn't open up. So he's gonna try to get a repost. Olujobi switching on him, low on the clock. 4-1, he flings it up, no good. Steelers will get a chance for a partial break. They didn't call the shot clock violation. It's Jones on Washburn. Pick out to Olujobi. The shot is up, but out. Baseline, floater is up and in. Wow, leave it up to the rookie to calm things down for the Pilots. Ball poked out of bounds, they say off of Jones. Steelers trying to keep up the momentum, want to get fresh legs in there. Tank's going to check in for Jones, who's put in a great effort in the third quarter. The tricky thing about names now is there's a Perry Jones. He's PJ, can be PJ. Aya shoots from 3, no. And there's Ethan once again. Drive in the middle, leaving it to Popom, who blows it at the rim. Speechless as this time Femi runs into a few Pilots for a turnover. He's going to hang on to it, or they're going to hang on to it as staying down. You see him in the collision that went uncalled. Ethan and Washburn on the side. He'll take the deep 2. Splashes it. Well, the lead back up to 8 now as the Pilots have been able to successfully play defense. Taoyuan trying to make room, but a lazy pass leads to a turnover. Numbers as Jason Washburn's got the two-handed flush. And now called for the tech, hanging on the rim. There's been precedent. You can't pull up, especially when there's nothing going on underneath. Well, a good play is now turning into 2 step forwards, but 1 step back. And right now, I get a feeling like the pilots are almost in their own head more so than the opponents in their heads.
We go. Next play, we go. With,
Well, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, want to get your fix of weeknight basketball, the Plus League has you covered.
Go set the screen, come right across.
Tuesday night, November 29th, the Lioneers are in town to play the Steelers in our first of 11 Tuesday night matchups this season.
Lewis or Sean? Lewis or Sean?
To start the season, there you see on screen the guy on the left, Hong Ji-Tao, was the interim coach as he was last year. Little Lou finally gets back on the scoring board. Then the general manager, Chen, there flashing on your screen as you see the free throw percentage discrepancy. Post for Jones as a wall of defenders gets in his way as Weber missing another one. Wang Yuxiang jumping in there, but will fall hard and get a personal foul. Trying to work off maybe a bruise or two after that one. Got 4 minutes left. The Steelers, 16-10 third quarter. Ethan misses, but another long rebound to the Pilots. Tries to hop his way to the hoop, forces it up, out of bounds off the Pilots. Coach Murray settling into 2 imports for the majority of the playing time here in the third quarter. And Pong Pong jumps the pass. He has no one to beat and gets the two-handed slam. I guess he made up a little bit for the blown layup before. You've got a little hops in there. In fact, sometimes a lot, though. The easy ones sometimes are the most difficult. Drive and kick game now for the Steelers. Weber. Oh, Joby to Sean. He takes the mid-range floater. It's in. Good answer by the Steelers. All drills the 3, and finally they're getting some offensive fireworks in this one. That's the first made 3 by the Pilots. And in fact, the first made 3 of the quarter. And on the other side, an illegal screen. Producer needs to give Pom Pom a little bit more credit. Oh, I was reminded by our colleagues now. The veteran number 15 gets a pair of sneakers, courtesy of the bosses. Once again, Ethan doing it in from the mid-range. Pilots right now playing deny man defense. Sean tries from deep, in and out though. To the basket, Pauian quickly flips it up, but short. Didn't have the English. They've been playing much better defense. Offensive foul, Taoyuan could not clear enough space. Right now, negotiating with Jones about how they want to space that play. It's kind of tough because Taoyuan just dribbled into him. What is Jones really supposed to do there? Foul on the perimeter as Weber kind of crashed into Washburn. Fourth team foul, so both teams now in the bonus. Pilots run a really delayed bunch there. Dunker spot for Washburn, who swirls it in. I guess it turned out to be a well-executed play. Foul on the outside. Boom, boom. Being aggressive, which I'm sure Caminos and his teammates want to be when you get those potential switches, those hedges. Want to put the pressure on the offense because right now, clearly the Steelers are suffering without Jerry in there to slice to the basket and throw some easy assists and easy scores. And right now, the free throw bug has even hit their guards as Wang Liuxiang was too strong with that free throw. But he makes the adjustment. Minute 24 left in the third quarter as Pilots have kind of gained control back of the game. It was as close as a 4-point deficit. Pauian quickly to the basket and finding the angle. The guard out of Jiangxi University, but throws it away on the spin move. As on the other side, Jones kind of went down, trying to slice up the defense. We've seen crazier comebacks, so the Steelers need to stick with it. Olujobi from the left corner, swirls out. They have not had a made three, and that's what these new teams, Kings and the Steelers, have built their game on, is making threes. Washburn getting the finish. He's got 14 points on the evening. Taking a lot of the playing time while Sonny is getting some rest. Little Lou, quick fire three. Good team rebounding too. Somehow Pauian didn't notice the clock. Now will be forced to take a deep three. That would have really let out the air in this place. And the Pilots, after a shaky start, in fact, actually came out on top of that third quarter as we head to the final frame of this one. Down here in Kaohsiung, Steelers Pilots back after this.
Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos como es. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos a romper.
Con lo mío todos se mueven, la fiesta la llevo en mis genes. Yo soy la reina de los nenes. Mi gente no se detiene, y aquí nadie se quiere. As soon as I walk in, boys start they talking, right as that booty sway. Lift up your people, from Texas, Puerto Rico, from islands to Mexico.
¿Y dónde está mi gente? Me fue a bouger la tête. ¿Y dónde está mi gente? Say yeah, yeah, yeah. 1, 2,
再次掌声，谢谢我们钢铁女神雅典娜。
Be sure to subscribe to Chotang Dipai to get their weekend recap. You might be looking it up. That's podcast for PLG in English. Both coaches and both teams still in a hard fight to try to get their first win on the season. And really curious, the Steelers, we haven't seen Jerry Taoyuan in a long stretch. Something we don't know keeping him out. Going to the basket, overshoots the floater as Washburn sticks with it. Finishes over the top. Working his way to being the leading scorer, though. He's got a little distance to make as we have a foul here. Jason and is that Taoyuan tangled up there? No, you cannot review that one. Kind of unlucky there, he just kind of falls over Sean. Need a little bit more of a towel job, I don't know. One of the notes I had coming into the game was that through last season's stats, the Pilots can only out-rebound the Steelers. Plus 6.8 when they can grab 43 per game. But on the season, there's a block shot by Pong Pong, and they're throwing it ahead. Ayao this time with no one to block his shot. Lays it in for 2. Well, last season the Pilots were out-rebounded by everybody else, and overall 5.8 in the wrong direction. So much for the Steelers' defensive rebounding stats I prepped. Washburn poked away, still has his dribble. Finally using it now as right now Lansoffel comes over for the help, and I'd assume Olajobi will get a flopping warning. That's kind of tough for well, it's a foul on Washburn, in fact, so not tough on second-year player Lansoff, who was often called for loose ball fouls. So after just a minute and 19, Sonny's in the game for the fourth quarter. He's been sitting on the bench for a lot of the end. Weber stepping, nothing opening up. The Pilots are kind of zoned up now. And Pong Pong comes over, swats that one away. To the other side. Ethan showing off his confidence, even in the face of Jerry, who we talked about in the pregame. Now deep three from the left side, all the way down, and starting to become a rout here. A rude visit by the Pilots to spoil the Steelers' home opener. The Pilots now have 7 block shots to the game, and last season, if it wasn't for Devin Robinson, nobody else was really making any contributions to that column. Sunny and Pong in a pick and roll. Now from way downtown, but it's a miss, and look who it is. It's that Justin Lu Junxiang in the right place, right time, as the Steelers missing out on that box out assignment. That's off who was down close, but Sunny covers that up. Jerry will try from deep, no. He scored 13 points in the game. So their starting point guard, -18, and really all across the board, a lot of negative plus minuses for the Steelers. Not much to share there. Jamarcus and Terrence Jones will check in, and with every passing second, the task gets that much harder. 4 Pilots have scored in double digits, with Ayao a couple points away. Pong, Ethan, all a basket away. Jerry walks up to a 3, tries this time from the left side, no good. Not in any hurry. As Ethan tries the mid-range, 2 Pilots collide. Still fighting, and he'll get another reset. But Justin turns that away on the center field shot. Maybe not the best advised shot, but the only award winner for the Pilots last year needs to find his stroke too. Bad miss there, as now under 8 minutes to go. The Steelers so far have been held scoreless. Tough finger roll there by Huang on the baseline. Well, looking ahead, the Steelers and the Kings earlier have the rare one day on, one day off, and then another home game, whereas typically in the Plus League, the home team will play back-to-backs on Saturdays and Sundays. Driving kick. They say thrown out of bounds. As mentioned, the Steelers will have one more game in what is the Plus League week for us on a Tuesday game. Sunny Lansofu in behind, swings around and gets to the second level, where it looks like Taoyuan commits the foul on the help. Lansoff was one of the young vocal leaders with the Steelers, but having some struggles to try to make it onto the floor. He's played in all 3 games off the bench. He has played 50 minutes, but most of those not in any crunch time, and certainly not too many first half minutes. Odd pass from Jamarcus as Lansoff, there he is for the mid-range. Got in the way of his elder statesman in Taoyuan, but I'll have to apologize for that later with, what do you guys think? PMT or maybe a fried chicken steak? Sunny getting Jones in the air. It's going to be a shooting foul. Whereas the pilots, for the fans, of course not the players, they got to play this game out. But the pilots' next game is not too far away. It's actually a Friday night game against the Kings, who they lost to in Xingzhuang last time for their season opener and the Kings season opener. Pilots have reached the 90-point mark. Making his first appearance tonight. That's number 1, Ling Bohao, who last year played with Zhou Tai, who kind of bases themselves in Kaohsiung. Fancy behind the head pass by Huang Ohan and the finish by Justin. Just adding more into this lead as Coach Murray not bringing in all of his bench. Jones jumps through. Gonna go to the free throw line again. Said it almost from the beginning of the game. Terrence Jones has got a chance to really get familiar with the visuals here in Kaohsiung with the free throw shooting, but he might need to just turn the page on the calendar. That makes it 20 points and on his debut. Quick shot from the corner by Justin, pretty ruthless. Batted pass, and Ethan takes it out of the air. Sensing the energy, another made three. And this is a thorough beating now. Wu Jingxiang, 15 points, only 3 of 13 three-point shooting, but we got a runaway train down here in Kaohsiung. The Kaohsiung Athena are the cheerleaders for the Steelers organization down here. They had their full squad out to perform and doing their best to keep a smile on, but when the home team is getting absolutely trounced, kind of hard. No-look pass. Ling Bohao spins into a tough fadeaway, gets it to fall. Ling Bohao now has his first basket in the Plus League. Errant pass bounces out of bounds. Right now on the floor, Little Lu, Jones, Lansao Fu, Ling Bohao, and Jamarcus. out of bounds off the pilots. As Captain Lu's slow start this season continues, there you see on screen. That's awful from the corner, confident, the youngster. Making a great case for some more playing time. Nassaufu came into the game actually hitting 4 of 10 threes. Gotta work on that 2-point percentage though. 7 for 22. E-check short for Justin. As Sonny got that quick take foul. No more fouls to give anymore. Number 27, first overall pick, Zhang Zhenya is checked into the game. And he's on the score sheet with that rebound. Sunny in the short corner will give it up. And so will Zhang Zhenya. They're being very generous with the passing. Now from the other corner, Nassaufu, bang! Okay, I see you, Saufu. Foul first as Jones almost racked up another block shot to his name. Misses the free throw. Mentioned on the broadcast before, his sisters, Ling Jie, who was the Rookie of the Year and MVP of the WSBL, but that was last season, and their season is not due to start until 2023. Given space, he lets it fly. The three bounces and out as Jones getting the reverse layup. Dayo's in the game. He swings it around as Nassaufu able to keep Sonny at bay and it's called for the offensive foul. Oh, a technical foul there. Kind of went unseen. If you were listening into the microphones worn by the coach, it sounded like Murray earlier was saying, choosing between Jones and Wang Luxiang for an earlier uncontested, unrebounded free throw. Like I said, I don't know if this calendar day is really it for number 9. Quick pull-up three by Little Lou, blanks out. Former teammates and Jamarcus smacking Ling Zhen in the face, who takes the prone position. That seems to happen to the poor fella probably once a week. That just squared him up in the nose. But I mentioned those are former teammates from the Rising Star in the interleague competition. Maybe give Lington a face mask. He might be on a sneeze fest right now. What I've seen in the background, number 14, Cho Bo-zang is checked in the game. Up ahead, Ling Bo-hao, no good with that one. The second attempt gets it through. So he's got now 2 baskets. Will try from 3, and there it is, a triple-double for number 22. If I remember correctly, he had one, actually I think it was right here in Kaohsiung. Marcus with a nice dribble move, but lacked the finish with a shot. This possession will bring us to within under 2 minutes as the Pilots already over the century mark, and the Steelers have more than technical things to work on. They've got a real effort issue right now out on the floor. Jones kicks it, and there's a flush for the other new Steeler, Cho Bo-zang, former member of actually Pauian a few years ago. Now Coach Camino's rotating Wayne, Lingzu Wei. From these parts actually, Kaohsiung Normal University, Kaohsiung Teachers University, you could say. Zhang Zhenyang pops for the 3. Wow, that one was wet. Again, Ken trying to guard Jones. He has good length, but the athleticism is certainly a challenge. Between the legs, nice feed. Last off with the benefactor. No hurry, the Pilots bounce it around. As now, the dam has broken and the Pilots getting anything they want at will. No, I was correct. Hong had a preseason triple-double. From the corner, too strong. Lingzu is the second round, first pick of the second round, excuse me, for the Pilots. The only guy we've yet to see is Amdi. Time will run out as now the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots are in the W column and the Steelers are still searching. Tough way to open it up at home, but they have plenty of season left. Of all of tomorrow to really get a reset mentally. Try to have a much better showing against the Lioneers. Their only game of the week. Jia Yi will be the woman responsible for the post-game player interview, so stick around for that. Coming up shortly. So Coach Camino's better watch out. He might get a little of the victory celebration in the locker room. And before our interview can conduct, well, Paul Hen's got the triple-double
场边访问到就是洪汉，首先恭喜领航员拿下了开季的首胜了。你知道你今天拿下了一个联盟的纪录，成为联盟第一个本土球员拿下大3元的球员，有没有什么想说的？心情怎么样？
我现在比较开心的是，我们球队终于首胜。然后我们球队，因为我们去年比较低潮嘛，然后我们是一群想要证明自己的人，然后也想要逼近季后赛，不想要让人家看低，所以我们会继续努力。我觉得纪录不重要，就赢球给我就好了。
可是这个记录其实非常的不容易哦。那你知道在赛前你刚才打到快要比赛结束的时候，你知道自己有机会可以挑战这个记录吗？
其实不知道啊，就是
Asked if he knew about the triple-double
然后是
chase.
coach 跟我讲说，卡总跟我讲说，我差一个助攻，他说希望我去完成足球 double，然后我也感谢学弟们把球投进，不然我根本就不会。
Thanking his coach for getting him back out there.
好，另
Actually,
外想
maybe
要问的是，
Caminos
其
was
实
going
在
aware of
红汉的
it.
部分，去年受伤了，今年算是正式投入到赛场。
Thanks to his teammates for knocking down the
对于
shots
自己
too.
跟球队融入，目前打几分？
就是我教练完全好了，我已经准备好这个赛季了。我也希望领航员可以先进季后赛，然后我们再谈接下来的。
好，前进季后赛。那另外，其实领航员从开季到现在是客场之旅出发啦。那对于许多比较年轻的领航员来说，是不是会觉得说，哎，压力小了一点，也在增加跟熟悉卡帅的时间呢？
Till December.
都在互相学习，然后也是磨合，教练是新的，所以coach常常跟我们讲，我们就要每天都是面对新的挑战，所以我们要去克服它。
恭喜，也谢谢红汉。好，那休息一下，广告过后继续回到主
chances for teams to build some chemistry. Thanks for sticking with the broadcast. I hope I developed some chemistry with you guys. We'll go to break before wrapping things up from Pauian Stadium. Well, that was something. The Taoyuan Pauian Pilots emerged with a 108-78 victory, spoiling the first home game for the Kaohsiung 1-7 Live Steelers in their second season. Looking through the box scores and thinking about the game, 5 pilots reached double digits, and in fact, 9 overall were able to get scores. The big key for them is really fighting through those third quarter struggles to turn that around and in fact blow up the fourth quarter as well. I've been mentioning it before, but the Hsinchu Jieko Lioneers are up next for the Steelers. But maybe just one to forget and you hit the reset button, see what you can do in the next one. Xiaohu on the left, Mark on the right, taking care of the Mandarin broadcast. We'll we'll get to see Mark, I believe, on the next game as well. So on behalf of the 6 teams in the league, our broadcast partners, and all the associated efforts to put on Plus League broadcasts, we thank you for watching. I'm Ryan Chen, and we'll see you in the next one.